What I wish I knew before using hair regrowth helmets, specifically from iRestore, because for the past 3-4 years now that I've been going through hair growth and trying these things, I've learned a lot that wasn't easily available to find on the internet. Dr. Dre was the one who originally got me started on iRestore. I was using the Professional, which I love, but this is what I'm using now, and there are some major differences, which I've actually spoken about in another video. But I do want to share some of the things that I couldn't find online or that I wasn't expecting, things that I wish I would have known before diving in, and some of the unexpected surprises that came along the way. These were the things that nobody answered for me, so I am answering them here for you. I really hope this helps. I'm not going to ask for your like, I am going to deserve it. So let's get started. The first is how laser and LED actually works for hair regrowth. LED is something that I've used for years in clinic. It's an amazing skincare treatment because it's anti-inflammatory, it can stimulate collagen, it can even help with acne and bacteria in the skin. And we know that red LED has been medically proven to help with skin. But I never fully understood that it could have benefits for the scalp as well. And specifically low-level laser that is FDA cleared like this one is essential. Don't get something if it's not FDA cleared. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money. And laser, as you know, can be really intense. We can use laser in the skin clinic to like ablate the skin, basically damage the skin so it regrows. The laser here is much more gentle, but it literally stimulates circulation, helps follicles grow faster, gives them nutrients that they need because of that blood flow, as well as helping keep the hairs on the head, which for me has personally been fantastic. And I wish I would have known this because you see, red LED is a very specific wavelength, but you need to make sure that you're getting something within that wavelength and that's powerful enough to actually work. I will say that I do notice a difference between the Professional and the Elite. This is 12 minutes a day every day. This is 25 minutes every couple of days or 3 times a week. And I did love this and I saw results, but I am seeing much faster results with this. And just on a personal perspective, if I can do something daily, it's easier for me to make it a habit. Like before I go to bed, when I'm reading, when I brush my teeth. Whereas if I'm doing something just 3 times a week, me and my schedules, it can be rough. I also wish I would have known that you need to take photos of your hair. It is like skincare. You look at yourself in the mirror every single day, you don't see if there's a difference or not. And especially other people that I've recommended this to, they start using it and they're like,
I don't really see growth.
And then 5-6 months in, they're like,
holy crap, my hair is amazing.
but they weren't taking pictures and they couldn't look back and see that that growth was happening over time. It does take time for your hair to grow. If your hair is there, this can definitely help keep it on the scalp, but you need to take photos so you can see your progress. Literally make it a party, have someone come over and help you, but have them take photos of your hair and your head from different areas and part the hair differently. And whether you're using a helmet like this or a hair serum or something totally different, you can actually track your progress. And that's essential because when we look inside the mirror every day, I have a mirror over there, but when we look in the mirror every day, we don't see the changes. We wake up and we're like, wow, I'm how old? What year is it? Whereas when you take those photos, you can actually track that progress. I also wish I would have known about the types of hair helmets on the market. I am so happy that I went with iRestore because you see, iRestore covers the back here. I literally have a bald spot in the back of my head, and I saw it because I was filming a YouTube video and I looked at the video, I was like, what is that? This actually goes to the back. Like literally the back of my scalp is right here. So there's like, literally, I can actually feel the heat, like it's covering the entire way. There are some caps or some hair helmets that literally just go on top of the scalp. They only go to here, so they're not even covering the back part. Why are you going to spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars on something that doesn't even pay attention to what's going on back here or to the sides? Some of these caps are really just scams, and again, they don't necessarily have the right wavelength of LED or the right power to penetrate it. And I'm really happy that, again, Dr. Dre, a board certified dermatologist, recommended this, which is why I tried it. And I'm really happy that I got to get a good one from the get-go, this one. But I could have made some bad mistakes, and I've definitely wasted a ton of money on hair serums and products that didn't work. And it's exhausting, especially when your hair is tied to your self-confidence, or like, I've always loved having long hair. I've never really had short hair, except for that one time when I was a baby and my nose would stick up like a little piggy. Anyways, don't waste your money on products. Get the ones that treat the entire scalp. I also wish that I would have known that the battery pack works on both devices. This is something that I found out completely on accident. I was so happy. Again, I'd used this for years because of Dr. Dre, and I ended up getting this battery pack the way that she did so that I could literally walk this around the house. Oh, sorry, so loud. This allows you to wear it while you're doing dishes, cooking, cleaning, walking around outside even. Like, it makes it completely remote. I love this. And when I got the Elite, I was like, oh boy, this is a huge investment. Am I going to need to buy a brand new battery pack? The good news is no. This literally fits the old one. Now, if you have the old one, you do not need to get the new one, okay? But if for some reason you have a battery pack or you're thinking of upgrading or someone else in your family has one and you want to get the other, you can share and swap the battery packs. And that was something that was fantastic for me. Now, I did end up upgrading the battery pack. They were kind enough to gift this to me, which I'm so grateful for because they answered a lot of my questions, including one that we're going to talk about in just a minute. And they're working with us on a portion of this video. But when I found out that there's one that matches, I thought, why not? I'll try it. I'm going to be totally honest. They work almost the same. This one that goes with the Elite is a little bit more powerful. The white one right here from the Pro is specifically 16 watt hours, whereas this one is 20. And I think it is because this is 12 minutes instead of 25 and you do it every day. It makes sense that it's a little bit more powerful, but the size is absolutely the same. The weight is absolutely the same. The clip, you can still literally just clip it on and you can take this on the go. It is fantastic. And I wish I would have known that you could, hopefully not throw them across the room, but that you can swap. And that's the other fantastic thing that I wish I would have known. You can share this with family members. You can swap this with friends. I know it's expensive, but if you want to, you can literally take this off of your head as long as your friend or the person you know does not have lice. Make sure that you're not sharing like nasty lice or scalp infections, but you make sure it's completely off. You can spray this down with an alcohol spray, make sure it's completely dry, and you can pop it onto someone else. And I actually emailed them and I asked, can you do this in clinic? Like, I don't offer hair loss treatments personally, but I know that there are some people who do hair loss treatments. And I thought, how cool would it be if this could be offered in clinic, because this actually works. And if someone doesn't want a hair transplant or full-on laser, they could do this while they're signing paperwork in the office. What a cool treatment to offer. Or maybe I could bring it into the aesthetic clinic if it's sanitized properly. That's not something that's really my forte to do, but it's something that, heck, I've got people in my family who are going bald. Heck, I know other people who are struggling with their hair loss. I can literally take this off my head and share it with my cousin. And that's fantastic because it is a huge price tag. Also, this is another thing, never buy it full price. We're going to talk about that in a second too, because that's also something I wish I would have known. But it's a huge price tag. But if you do girl math, if you're sharing it with one other person, maybe your significant other, or 3 other people because you have 4 people in a household, you can literally take that number and divide it by 4. And then it becomes much more cost efficient because you're sharing it with others. You just have to make sure you don't argue over it. But oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I just didn't think that you could swap it with others, but it absolutely works to do. And for me, especially knowing that there are other people that I care about who are losing their hair too, like, I guess it does kind of run in the family. This is fantastic because I can justify the price. And that's the next thing. Never, ever, ever pay full price for this or for this. Both of them work totally fine. And if you want to see a video that I did where I broke down the differences between them, again, not sponsored, completely open about my experience, every single detail between the two and which one is or isn't better for the money for you, that video exists on the internet. You can search Cassandra Bankson iRestore comparison. It's a good video, but regardless of which one you get, do not buy it full price. Is it worth it full price? Yes. Don't tell them this. I would literally pay triple the price to get my hair to where it is in a good spot again and on the path to recovering my long lost locks, okay? But if you don't have to pay full price, don't. They're always having some sort of a sale, and maybe the sale will like end for a week, but then they'll have another one. I will literally leave the sale that I currently know of right here. There's discount codes as well. Use Dr. Dre's discount code, use mine if you want to, and you'll find this helpful, but if you don't, use someone else's. Literally, there are so many ways to get discounts, and you can even get like, you know, free accessories. Please do not buy it full price. Still worth it if you do, but you can always find a coupon code or a discount or a sale going on. Something else I wish I knew is that they really actually care about their customers. That was something that I didn't personally realize, but it makes a huge deal. There's a lot of companies, like, it feels like they don't give a shit about you and they just want you to buy their product, and like if you have an issue with it, they don't care. Again, like I had a question about the battery pack, they responded. I even had this thing where I didn't realize it wasn't like the perfect fit for me, specifically the professional one. And again, they come with these little comfort pads on the inside. I didn't know you could swap out the comfort pads. They will literally send these to you for free to make sure that your helmet fits your head. And that's great because big brain, tiny head, you know what I'm saying? And this is such a piece of technology and engineering. Of course, not everyone's gonna have the same head shape, but the little comfort pads on the inside, the fact that you can adjust them, it's like they actually give a shit about their customers. Instead of forcing you to go buy another one or saying,
we have 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. If it doesn't fit for the first time, you don't get your money back. You have to just buy the bigger one.
I hate it when brands do that. Or the freaking phones, they try to sell you different chargers and you need a different charger to charge every single device in your life. Give me a break. The fact that, again, the devices and the chargers are swappable, They're letting you save money because you don't have to swap if you upgrade to a different one. The fact that they actually send you these comfort pads, that truly makes a difference for me. And it shows me that they actually give a crap about me, about my scalp. Even the fact that they responded about swapping this with other people, they really easily could have just responded to me and said,
no, it's not sanitary. You could have lice. You have to buy separate devices.
They could have made multiple sales probably, right? But they were honest and they were like, no, it should be totally fine to swap between family members. Make sure that you're sanitizing it in between, but like, big deal. I love this. I love them. It really shows that they care about my long-term comfort and success and growing my hair back and feeling good about it, because it is such an emotional journey. I'm gonna play around with the different comfort pads. I'm gonna let you know which one I land on, but I mean, I love the Black Elite. I didn't think I could ever love anything more than this, which I did get scuffed up, but I love this. That's something I wish I would have known. They have carrying cases. Now, iRestore has like their official carrying case. I think I told you I got cat barf in this. Someone tell me how to clean it. But they have an official one. They even have third-party ones though. I love the official one because it's easy, it's compact, and then literally all of the devices and accessories and batteries can go on the inside. It's great storage. But there is one that's about twice as big that's more of like a briefcase that's sold by a third party. But it's not something you need, but it's something I wish I would have known, especially because I used to try to take this traveling and I got this so scuffed up in my suitcase. You've heard me talk about it 100 times. This is precious. Don't get it scuffed up. I wish I would have known that clips are way better than hair ties. If you use those goody hair ties, do you ever notice how like you take them out and there's like a ton of hair on them and like ball up? It looks like a rat. It's like disgusting. Well, a lot of those hair ties are literally ripping the hair. Don't use hair ties, use clips. These hold the hair without ripping them. This is something that I switched out and I'm so happy that I did. I wish I would have done this so much sooner. These are the cutest ones. I get these off of Amazon. They're little butterflies. I love them, but literally any clip that just doesn't rip at your hair, good to go. I wish I would have known that the type of comb you use matters so much. I have naturally curly hair and it was my fairy hairy godmother, Banes by Mel, who told me that I should never brush my curly hair when it's dry, because I have tried and it does not look good. The type of hairbrush you use matters, and whether you comb it wet or dry matters. When it's wet, it's much more prone to breakage, so you don't want to like damage it. But if you use a wide tooth comb when it's wet, if you have curls, so good. Versus if you have straight hair, someone with straight hair, educate me. There are so many brushes that I've tried. We probably have to go through them because I think I got scammed by TikTok. I specifically purchased a hairbrush called the Unbrush on TikTok Shop because it was like on sale, and that was also a scam because it said on sale and then it would charge me $30 versus $8 depending on which phone I was looking at it from. I was like, oh, because I have like bougie people search history on one phone and then the other one that's like mine is like my cheap searches, right? And they knew to give me the discount on mine, but then on the work phone they were like, oh, she's bougie, she'll pay $30 for this. F you. No, I won't. Anyways, I got it on sale. It didn't work. You can see the TikTok, but the brushes matter. Don't let them rip your hair. I do have the iRestore one. I use it in the shower. That's why it's in the shower. I like it. It's like a wide tooth comb. The one that Manes by Mel got me, I hate that it's pink, but I love that it's from Manes by Mel, and so I still love it. It's like the wet brush. So good. But brushing your hair is important, especially the scalp. Brushing the scalp literally helps to stimulate circulation too while you're in the shower. And if you're using a hair regrowth shampoo or conditioner, combing that in literally helps to penetrate it into the scalp deeper. So good. I wish I would have known that before, but the type of comb or brush you use for your hair type matters. And again, I am not the expert on hair types, so please go speak to an expert on that or a stylist who can guide you based on your hair, because that is not me. I can tell you about my experience, I can tell you about the science of hair regrowth, I can tell you about the anatomy and the body and the skin, but if it's curly versus straight, girl, I can't even get my frizz to be tamed, okay? I just want it to be long and frizzy at this point, okay? I wish I knew that there were so many different types of hair loss and what each one does. I think the biggest thing to realize is that there are types of scarring hair loss and non-scarring hair loss. Things like androgenetic alopecia or telogen effluvium, that's fine, that's where the hair falls, right? And you can always grow it back. But if there's any form of scarring alopecia, where the hair follicle actually scars over, that might not regrow hair ever again. If you ever look at the scars on your body, you notice that they don't grow hair. Same on the scalp. And this is why it's so important to get a diagnosis from a doctor or a derm. I know it's expensive, but if you can afford it or if you can find one, even through telehealth, it's so important, because if you have scarring alopecia, I'm gonna need to do something very different, very extreme, very fast. Whereas if it's telogen effluvium or androgenetic alopecia, something like this could be perfect and done at home. It's really important. And I wish I understood why this won't work for a scarring alopecia, but why it's great for other forms of hair loss. And that's something that's really, really, really important for you to know too. I wish I would have known that biotin ain't shit. Everyone talks about biotin for like hair, skin, and nails. We still need to do a deep dive into all of these beauty supplements out there and which ones actually work, but you should be getting a vitamin that is full spectrum, meaning it has a whole bunch of nutrients, a whole bunch of other vitamins like vitamin C, maybe even vitamin D if your levels are okay with it. Also, get your blood work done. A lot of people don't realize that if their vitamin D or their thyroid levels are low, they might actually have hair regrowth problems. Vitamin D and thyroid, specifically T3, T4, thyroid stimulating hormone, very essential, and they play very closely to vitamin D. If you have any deficiencies, first off, you need blood work that is customized to you to find that out. But secondarily, you need to get that checked out to know what you need. It makes no sense to take a bunch of vitamin D supplements if your vitamin D levels are fine, because you could overdo it. Vitamin D is fat soluble, so you can't pee it out the way you can with vitamin C. But if you're low, you're gonna need that vitamin D. Same with vitamin A, same with vitamin C, etc. iRestore does have some gummies. There are gummies from other brands that I've been trying, but again, I've not been impressed by the Biotin ones. And when you actually look at the research on Biotin, Biotin ain't There's so many studies that have not only looked into biotin, but disproven biotin. And I literally did not know this for the longest time. And even some of the professionals that I worked with, the doctors and the derms that not only I knew and worked with, but that I saw as a patient, they didn't know that either. Crazy to me. And I feel like it is more common knowledge now because people have been talking about it. Biotin isn't bad, it's not gonna harm you, but again, unless you have a deficiency, it's not gonna work. Biotin ain't shit. Get a blend or get something that's actually going to help as based on your blood panels. I will say there are two gummies that I love that are both vegan because again, for me, I don't consume gelatin. The iRestore gummies are delicious. They have a full spectrum of goodies. There are these little heart ones that I've been using as well. They're delicious and they're tasty, but it's basically like vitamin D and biotin. I haven't isolated, so I don't know if this little heart gummy is that great, but that is something that I want you to know about. And if you want a full video on hair supplements or the supplements they take in Korea for hair, skin, and nails, you know where that subscribe button is because, oh, I've got news for you. There were so many things that I wish I would have known, and I hope this video answered them for you. Again, if you would like a discount, you can get it. You can girl math it and split it with a friend. But remember that even if it's not from me, even if it's Dr. Dre or someone else, get it on sale. This has been one of the most monumental things for my hair, and when I look back at my before and after photos, I am so happy that I took them. Some of these are actually screenshots from YouTube videos because I was sharing my hair loss journey with you before I was actually taking photos of my own. But I love that I can actually see the progress. I can see how this has literally changed my life, and when using this was like the only thing I did. I isolated my variables so I could pin it to one thing. Now, with hair loss, especially the telogen effluvium from stress I've faced, I want to hit it with everything but the kitchen sink, the way Dr. Shireen Idris says.
Throw the kitchen sink at your scalp. Get your hair stimulated, get those follicles going, and give yourself the best chance to keep that hair on your head if you are that distressed by it.
Oh, something else I wish I would have known? Your medical insurance might pay for your helmet. Yeah. Your medical insurance might pay for your sunscreen. Yeah. If you have an HSA, which is a health savings account, you literally could have insurance tax-free pay for your beauty stuff. I don't have an HSA. I am not a financial advisor. You go talk to your financial advisor, but I am going to ask mine about getting an HSA because I want my insurance to pay for my hair helmet when tax-free and I put it in and it grows and then I use the money on the hair helmet and sunscreen at Sephora. You can literally use your medical insurance at Sephora for sunscreen if you have the right account and if you've contributed to it. That's like adult that I honestly don't want to deal with because I hate adulting, but it's something I wish I would have known years ago. I wish I had a HSA account for the last 10 years. I didn't even know about this shit, okay? If you want a video on me ranting about medical insurance, you should actually watch that next because I tried to describe it and explain it to the best of my ability, but I probably didn't, so you can watch someone else do it too. I'll link it right here. If you're not checking out the description box, there are so many goodies for you. Literally open it. I put a special emoji in there. If you put that emoji in the comments, I'll know who actually watched to the end of this video. And maybe I'll like your comment. I see you. I see you. Anyways, I'm gonna continue regrowing my hair, staying hydrated both orally and topically. But always remember to reapply your SPF that you get with an HSA account so that the insurance pays for your sunscreen. Remember to use your helmet regularly, which again, get with your HSA account. Get your insurance to pay for your beauty treatments. And overall, remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I love you. I really hope this helped because these were questions that I had before I was actually a user and a customer of this, and I needed to know some of these things and couldn't find them online, so I really hope that this helps you. If you have other questions, leave them in the comments below, again, with that secret emoji that I hid in the description box. You're welcome. Love you guys. Bye.